What exactly are facial implants? Hi, my name is Dr. Arun Panda. I'm a facial cosmetic surgeon. So let's talk about facial implants today. So when we're talking about facial implants, we need to understand that these are certain synthetic materials which are used to augment certain parts of our face, or we want to enhance the looks of certain parts of our face. So these materials are actually put onto the surface of the bone and they enhance those features. Most of the times they are done only for the malar areas, for the chin, or for the lower border of the mandible. These are the most commonly used places wherein the facial implants can be placed. Now when we're talking about the materials, there are various materials which are today used for augmenting this parts of the face. The first one is basically the polyethylene. They are called the porous polyethylene material, like for example the medpore and the biopore. So these are the materials which are hard and they can be used and they can be placed onto the surface of the bone, and they can be actually screwed onto the surface of the bone. For example, this is basically a biopore which can be utilized and placed on, for example, this is for the malar augmentation. If we want to augment the cheeks, so we place it over this and we utilize certain screws to hold this in place. So these are the screws, titanium screws, which are actually utilized to hold this in place. A similar kind of material can also be utilized to augment the chin area. It can be also utilized to augment the low border of the mandible. So now we have started using something called as a silicone. The silicone is very soft, quite adaptable, and it actually, the patient doesn't feel anything when the implant has been placed. Again, the silicone is placed there and it is secured in place by this titanium screws. Now we have come upon various materials like PEEK, which can be utilized as patient specific. Now this comes at a particular shape and size, for example the silicone or the biopore or medpore. But when we're talking about patient specific, for example, I want an implant which exactly fits onto the patient's structures. So what we do is we take a CT scan and we print this kind of a implant with PEEK material, and they are actually taken and they are just they get adapted like this very nicely onto the. So for example, this is a PEEK material which can be utilized to kind of augment the angle and the lower border. So these are patient specific implants which can be done for any part of our face. So when we're talking about the facial implants, as I mentioned, as we start aging, we start losing volume and there is resorption of the bone on our face. So the facial implants are basically to enhance those facial features for us to have a rejuvenated look and kind of have a great young looking face. So if you have any queries and if you want to know more about facial implants, please feel free to get in touch with us. And our YouTube channel, we have so many videos in regards to facial implants. You can always see them and we are available for you to kind of clear any of your queries regarding facial implants. Thank you so much for watching our videos.